Hey guys, everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a bit of an impromptu one, but I will count this as a StapleSpeaks. Don't worry, there'll be a much bigger video down the line. However, today, literally just 2 hours ago, the England squad was released for the Nations League, and I thought that would be a good video to try and talk about the squad in general and who I believe should be in and should not be in the squad. It's just going to be a bit of video, just me talking about what I feel about the England squad, nothing else. But anyway, let's get straight in. Let's start with the goalkeepers, and yeah, Gareth Southgate really had no choice over here. I mean, it was always gonna be Dean Henderson, John Pickford, and Nick Pope. However, I'm really hope that he doesn't start John Pickford because he's not had a good season. He really hasn't. And the other two have had so much better seasons than him. Dean Henderson especially. I believe he should be starting in this team because he is that youthful person, and it would be nice to see a man like Dean Henderson get his first cap for England, because if he is going to be starting for Manchester United, which is another topic that I'll maybe get onto in a later video, don't really count me on that. But yeah, Dean Henderson, he has a choice because he's a very good keeper and he should be starting. However, how much do you trust him with an England goalkeeping job? I still don't believe John Pickford should start, and we'll get into that later on in the video. Next, let's go to the defenders. I'm just gonna read the list right here. Trent Alexander-Arnold is always gonna go. I have no problem with that. He should be starting as well. However, he should be starting in a different role, and I will get to that a little later on. That's a bit of a teaser there. And I think the first one is literally the second choice. Eric Dyer? Really? You're gonna take Eric Dyer as a centre back? No, some websites have listed him as a midfielder, some have listed him as a defender, but most, especially the FA, have listed him as a defender. So I'm taking Eric Dyer as a defender. Shouldn't be there. He's done absolutely nothing this season. He really shouldn't be there. Spurs have had a lackluster season, and other than Harry Kane, really no one of the Spurs squad should be playing in the England team. However, Eric Dyer has somehow gotten. Again, Joe Gomez was always gonna go. Again, maybe a person who's gonna start in the fact, because I feel he is a very good centre back. He's been incredible for Liverpool, and starting in such a Liverpool team is a pretty big achievement. Michael Keane, yes, he is a good option. You need centre backs, and especially if he's going to be going for the 3-4-3, which England have always been going for. Michael Keane is the right choice because he is in that thing where he's still young, but he still has quite a bit of experience. Harry Maguire is the second big one. Before this, I would have said, fine, take Harry Maguire. But after that incident in Mykonos, I really think he should have been punished and should have been left out of the squad. I don't know why he's rewarding Harry Maguire with an England call-up. That is not really what should be happening by Gareth Southgate. And I think this is a huge misstep on his part. Because what are people who are doing the right thing gonna think when they see Harry Maguire in the team? Which is, sure, now all legal charges have been dropped, but apparently he was also trying to bribe the police officials, so really, I won't be taking him. Next up, Tyrone Mings, again, another person I was pretty sure was going to make it, because he has been very good. He's the reason Aston Villa have stayed up. He's been amazing, and he's really been a good centre-back, and I would love to see him start as well. Kieran Trippier and Kyle Walker. Now, obviously, with the amount of right-backs in the entire bracket, Gareth Southgate really has to pick three. Because if he doesn't, then everyone's going to be talking like, oh, why didn't you pick this person? Why didn't you pick this person? Kieran Trippier, I'm absolutely fine with. The real big mistake is that he picked Kyle Walker. He's been below par this season, Kyle Walker, and there are so many better. I mean, at least Reece James and Wan-Bissaka especially have been much better than Kyle Walker this season, and I think that is a change I would like to make. Kyle Walker in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but we'll get again later on in the video. I will say who I would remove and my ideal England squad. Let's go to the midfielders. Yeah, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, both were always going to make the squad no matter what. They've been amazing this season. Phil Foden, especially again because starting for a Man City team like this is absolutely incredible. Mason played every single game in the Premier League, and this is his first Premier League season. You wouldn't even know that with the way he's been performing. Calvin Phillips, now, it's a bit of a controversial one, but I believe he deserves to go. I understand the last person from the Championship to go and play for England was Jay Bothroyd, and it is Jay Bothroyd, but see, Calvin Phillips, you know, this team really lacks a defensive midfielder because they all are players who will be willing to go up front. Heck, even some of the forwards sometimes have played Cam this season. Like Mason Greenwood has played Cam this season. Jadon Sancho has done stuff in the midfield as well for Borussia Dortmund. And Calvin Phillips is the perfect holding midfield choice. Again, Declan Rice, another person I was pretty confident was going to go because, yeah, he's been pretty good. Again, pretty shining spot in a very sinking West Ham team. James Ward-Prowse, I love that he's been recognized. He was incredible this season for Southampton, and he deserves recognition because he's been an amazing playmaker. I don't think he will start. I think he'll maybe get like a few minutes off the bench, but other than that, I really love that he's been recognized. Harry Winks. Oh God, no! It's everything I didn't hope the England team was gonna be. Because even I'm not an England fan. Far from it. I actually support the Republic of Ireland in international competitions. But what I think English midfield, I think Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes in that entire era. Then Harry Winks getting picked, and the stat is that he's not had a single goal or assist this season. No goal contributions. I understand he's supposed to be more of a holding midfielder, but really, you've already taken so many of them. You've taken Phillips, Rice, and even Ward-Prowse can do a job over there. Heck, if we even look into the defenders, Trent Alexander-Arnold can do a job at CDM. So can Kieran Trippier. Like, I don't understand. If we're even talking about the main team, Eric Dyer is naturally a CDM, and he's been taken as a defender. Harry Winks should be nowhere near this team, and I'll get into my replacement later on in the video, but the midfield has that one glaring spot in the form of Harry Winks. Next up, forwards, I mean, not really that controversial. I mean, Tammy Abraham was always going to go, and he's been, I mean, later half of the season, he has shut down quite a bit, but he is a very good option, and he should be going with the England national team. Mason Greenwood, I love that he's been recognized because I would have had him in my team. I would have had Mason Greenwood in my team because at least you're giving him a few caps just to make him like really set himself in the team, and that is a very good option. Another person I love who's been recognized, Danny Ings. The thing about the Roy Hodgson era was that he would always ignore people from the much smaller teams. Obviously, maybe Townsend went to the Euro 2016, but other than that, all of them were proven England names, and he left people like Jermaine Defoe, like Mikel Antonio and stuff like that. And I love that Southgate is now recognizing these players who have done well for the lower teams, like Mings, like Declan Rice, like Calvin Phillips in the Championship, and he's taking them. Harry Kane, I mean, people are saying that he shouldn't have gone because he's not played enough. He's the England captain. It's the exact same case as Wayne Rooney a few years ago. Wayne Rooney is always going to go because he's captain. Harry Kane is always going to go, and he's probably going to start because he's captain. Marcus Rashford, I love Marcus Rashford as a player because he is versatile. What you need internationally is versatile, and Marcus Rashford has that in bags. So does Jadon Sancho, so does Raheem Sterling. The forwards I have absolutely no problems with. And now let's go to some of the notable exceptions who won't be making my final England team. Now, let's start. The main exclusion from the team has been Jack Grealish. Like, everyone's like, oh, how can't you take Jack Grealish? Because he's been incredible and everything. But I don't think he should be recognized after he breached lockdown and the entire incident. Like, I'm very strong on my stance on players who have breached lockdown. I believe they shouldn't have been anywhere near the Premier League restart, and the fact they were was just disrespectful to the players who were adhering to it, and especially players like Troy Deeney, who have children of theirs who are very susceptible to the virus, like people like N'Golo Kante, who stayed at home just due to sheer fear. And I believe Jack Grealish anyway wouldn't have fit in this team because, yeah, you already have Phil Foden and Mason Mount who are going to do a job up, and you can only have like one really attacking midfielder, because if you're going to play 3-4-3, it's a very attacking formation because you're having 3 attackers and then 2 midfielders who are just going to be crossing in balls, and that's already attacking. You don't really need another camp. But since he's taken Foden and Mount, I think he has to start at least one of them. So he's going to start Foden probably and then keep Mount on the bench. That's what I think. Next thing, Reece James. I mean, he was very good this season. He was very, very good, Reece James. However, I don't think I will take out Trent Alexander-Arnold or Kieran Trippier for him, because they both have had impeccable seasons, and Reece James is pretty similar right back to Trent Alexander-Arnold in the fact that they both love to cross the ball in the box. I like Reece James as a player, but it's just that I don't see him in this England setup currently. Next up, John Stones. He's been talked about a lot, and how people saying that Eric Dyer should be taken off for John Stones. I don't believe so. John Stones has been below par this season. He's really been bad. He's not defending well as well towards the end of the season. He's making mistakes, especially the goal that literally cost them the title. He was the mistake. He passed the ball to Ferland Mendy when he was literally that close to let Christian Pulisic get his beautiful one-on-one goal. Like, John Stones has not been good this season at the Etihad, and I don't believe he should have gone. But now, let's look at the players who I believe should be in the England squads. This is my ideal England squad. Let's start. Eric Dyer is one replacement that needs huge replacement, and I've gone for Lewis Dunk because incredible season for Lewis Dunk. He's been amazing at all fronts, and he's really good, proper English centre back, which is something they really need, because you're gonna have Joe Gomez as the ball playing and Michael Keane as the bruiser, and then you have Tyrone Mings and Harry Maguire as trying. They're really in different roles to the other two, because both have very different games. They picked 4 centre backs with very different games. However, they do need at least one backup centre back, and I have gone for Lewis Dunk because he's a perfect mixture of a ball playing defender and like the bruiser England centre back. Next up is Kyle Walker. He's going to be replaced by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's been absolutely impeccable this season. The man can tackle a bloody plane mid-flight. He's incredible in the tackle, and that's something they need, because Trippier is their only defending right back, because Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be pushing up forward, trying to get balls in the box, and he's probably not even going to play in the back 3. So they need someone as a right back who can push back when they need to change their tactics. Next up is Harry Maguire. I don't want him in the team for what happened, so I've gone for Ryan Bertrand. Now, one thing that I noticed is that no actual left backs are in the team. Sure, Eric Dyer can do a job there, but that's not his first position. Rather, at the 3rd position, Tyrone Mings can do a job at left back, I've heard, but really, he's not that fast. And I'd liked Ryan Bertrand this season. I know I slagged him off in an earlier video as being a bad transfer target for Leicester, but after the 9-0 result, he's been very good as a centre back. He's not a centre back, left back, sorry. He's been a very good leader for Southampton. I think he has managed to get a team that lost with such a big score, and he's motivated them alongside Ralph Hasenhüttl and the Southampton team. So I do believe he should be recognized for that. And next up, Harry Winks is going to be replaced by John Lundstrom. No Sheffield United other than Dean Henderson, which is something I found really surprising. But then I found out that okay, maybe most of them already play for the Republic of Ireland. But I believe Lundstrom needs to be in. He's a ball-playing midfielder who can. He is the exact same midfielder as Harry Winks, but he's had a much better season. 5 goals and 6 assists as a holding midfielder is very good stats, especially for a team like Sheffield United. So I believe John Lundstrom is in for Harry Winks. And now it's time for me to probably say what I predict is going to be the playing 11 for Gareth Southgate. Now the playing 11 for Gareth Southgate, it's a 3-4-3. I'm sticking to the formation that the England team has been functioning over the past few years. So Dean Henderson is going to be in goal. I really hope, because I really hope that England fans hope that Dean Henderson's in goal, because otherwise you're going to be conceding quite a lot against Iceland and Denmark. Next up is a back three of I've gone for Joe Gomez, Harry Maguire, Kieran Trippier. Now Maguire is going to be in the center as he is a leader, I'm not going to lie, but shouldn't be in the team according to me. But we're talking about the team that Gareth Southgate has put out, not my team. Next up, I've gone for the midfielders, 2 midfielders. I've gone for Declan Rice in the most holding midfield position, and Phil Foden more pushing up front. As yeah, that's probably what he's going to be doing. He's probably going to be having Declan Rice probably a 4th centre back. Next on the left, I've got Jadon Sancho. He's always going to start for him. I'm going for the more deep positions so I can play Marcus Rashford in left wing, because Marcus Rashford is more of the left forward, left wing kind of player. Next up on the right back or right wing back, I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, always going to start. And yeah, that's his position right now. He's going to be in the right wing back position. It's basically a 5-2-3 formation, just more panazzed. It's basically the formation Chelsea have been playing the entire season. And yeah, front three, Rashford, Kane, Sterling. Harry Kane's always going to start. If the captain is always going to start, that's a fact. Because Kane is the leader, he is the rallier of the men, and he is a good striker. It's just the fact that can he continue the form that he had pre his injury, and can he improve on that? Now to the outro. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like to, please like, share and subscribe if you are new to the channel. This is a bit of a quick one. It's just me talking about the England team, because yeah, there were quite a few talking points on it. Do I think this England team is going to do well? Probably. But is it going to be, I think more it's going to be more based on Gareth Southgate than the actual team and the people he starts. But anyway guys, until the next video, peace.